Here we are, a few minutes early. Let's just give it a minute or two to let all of our usuals get in here. And,
We're here.
Yeah. At least we're not late. Better late than never. Better early than late. That's what my boss always tells me.
I'm still right here. I can hear you.
Oh, I thought you abandoned me. I was like, oh no, I got nobody in the live chat to talk to yet because we're fucking early like a bunch of assholes. And then now GB, so I'm just gonna leave him here. So, okay, I got, while we're waiting for everyone to get into the live chat here, let me ramble on about baseball here for a minute or two. So the Blue Jays just signed Max Scherzer, who is a bit of an old fart at this point in time, but you know, is one of the best pitchers ever to fucking do it. So they signed him on a 1-year contract. Hopefully it's a good sign of something good to fucking happen this year. There, I've done my baseball bit. What up, Philly boy? Cheers, brother. All right, so Philly boy, I see you've got the 49ers fucking emblem right there. So I was cruising through eBay the other day. The old lady she was I can't remember where she was abandoned me anyways. I came home for a couple hours from working on the road just so I could spend time with her. She was somewhere the fuck else. So to teach her a lesson, I decided to go on eBay and spend my own money on baseball cards and shit like that. And while I was doing that, I got myself a signed Joe Montana card, PSA graded 10. Very cool. It's actually a card I used to have as a kid. Probably still have it now. I just haven't come across it yet. And that's exciting for that. But the next day when I was back on eBay looking around again, has become my addiction recently. I found 2 other signed cards of his that I could have gotten both of those for not quite half the price, probably about 2/3 of the price of that one. But it's like, oh well, it is what it is. Huge Ronnie Lott fan. Yep. Love him. Tom Rathman, man. He was like the consummate running back or fullback in my mind. All right, G-Bay. Let's get to the weed talk. What are you smoking, brother?
So I'm trying to get rid of these dogs. It's like they've never come down or whatever. They'll hit the live button. They're right up my butt. So what I'm smoking, I'm still on those diamonds, man. I've been hacking at this little dish of them, but I'm only about halfway done here.
Oh, there.
But I'll tell you one thing. They my thumb's all dry and shitty. They lost their terps kind of. They've kind of turned to a shatter terpene. Like you know what I'm talking about. If I hit them hot and I put too much in the banger, I get the sticky lips. It's mimicking shatter perfectly right now. So I don't know if I've just been sitting around with the lid off here and there and just getting old, I guess. But it still smells good on the nose, but it has been hitting a little bland the last couple times. Gets the job done though. Like, yeah, you forget your keys. You're sitting in your car. Like, what? Am I supposed to start this thing? Yeah, that's what this does. So it's good on the medicinal side of things, but it's lost its zest, I guess you'd say. But I'm a slow smoker, so like I'm coming to realize having too much of one thing for me is not really a good thing because it just takes me so freaking long to get through it. So yeah, I either gotta up my smoking or downsize my growing and production side of things, which is, I think I'm gonna just downsize the production side of things because I already have, my year's supply easy. So I don't have to grow for a good 12, 15, 20 months probably. 40 months. I could go 80 months with my supply rate if I was just myself. So I'm like, growing's not even really on my radar right now, which kind of sucks because we're on a grow show. It's kind of
when we all talk about growing now, you're gonna have to go sit at the child's table, man.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Go fucking.
We want to be inclusive here, but
everyone just looks over at me like,
actually, when the X and I split up, there's about 4 or 5 months somewhere around there where I wasn't growing anymore, and that shit was fucking hard. Like that was like my therapy sessions, right? As we all say, like oftentimes you go into the garden and just everything goes away for that time you're in there, and it was tough. So it's
yeah, it has been. I've had to like not even think about it because it makes me depressed, sort of like. It's not only did I have go through like a breakup when I stopped growing, that was a breakup too. It's not that I've stopped. I put it on pause. I've just put it all in boxes. I can't have it up and running right now. It's too much on the go. But it was like a breakup too, man. It was like, oh man, I never realized how much of growing was my girlfriend. My little mistress.
oh, it's awesome. I said this on our last show, and I want to say it again, and I'll continue to say this. I am so thankful that Ashley has really taken up the slack when I'm gardening or gone out of town, because it's looking like it could shape up to be a similar year last year. And I'm peeking through the window of my tent right now, and that investment dog is looking good. Like I come back before. I would come back from work being didn't matter if it was a 5-day, 10-day, 14-day shift. And you could tell that the plants had been watered. You could just tell they're all wilting. You pick up a pot and it's light as shit. And like she's got everything kept up and looking good. If anything, she might be even overwatering. But I'm just like, yeah, so because it used to be to the point of, we all know how gardening is like, it's basically a second job. And so when I come home from the road all exhausted and stuff like that, and I want to be able to relax for at least a day. Give me a day to just chill the fuck out. And that's like what today is right now. And I don't have to water anything. There's a few solo cups downstairs that I'll probably wish I had watered today come tomorrow, but there's still in solo cups, lots of time to recover, not too fucking worried about it. All the good stuff is like walking. So we'll do a dab right now.
Hell yeah.
That,
no, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna make that move and just make sure my next partner is really down for what I'm about. And gets behind me because you can be fooled, man. They still grow or do whatever, right? And it's everything. Well, why wouldn't you do with me, whatever, right? It's like, but that's part of who I am and what I do and what I like. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that they're involved next time.
That's kind of when Ashley and I first started talking after there's about 3 weeks of us talking. Like we knew each other from we used to play on the same beer league ball team years ago, and so we started talking online and stuff like that when we're both single after the breakup show. Yeah, there's about 3 weeks where I was on the road. I didn't get a chance to run into her and see her face to face. So you're talking, and I'm basically like telling her like I'm fucking done. Like I don't want bullshit or any of this. Like none of us do really. But like tell her like like I want shit like adventure. Like it's because that was one of the things my ex-wife, and I don't want to shit on her for this, but like anxiety it's a very crippling thing for her to the point where she can't really leave the house. And fuck that. I don't want to be sitting at the house all the time. I do a lot of sitting around. Don't get me wrong, man. Like when it's cold outside like it is now, I don't do much. But come adventure season, come concert season, I want to be the fuck gone. Let's go. Let's have some fun, and like that was one of the things where Ashley was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Because she hasn't really had all that much adventurous of a life until I came along. But now that I'm here, she's like, yeah, giddy up, let's go. And then gardening was another thing. One of the things that actually made me attracted to her, she went to TRU, which is the Thompson Rivers University, and took a whole horticulture class there. Back when she ended up getting pregnant while she was there, and it didn't end up following that long. So as a gardener, they didn't want to be cannabis breeder and shit. I'm like, OMG, 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 OMG. This chick digs plants. She wants to go on adventures and shit like that. Fuck yeah. And then like she wouldn't even touch nothing and have anything to do with plants really when we first got together for the first bunch of years. I'm like, what the fuck? This is not as advertised, not the end of the world kind of thing. But now she's rocking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. You hit a point in your life. It's like not I don't know. I guess the midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it, where there's like a desire to shift gears. You want to change it up, switch up. You want to. You start to realize like, hey, I'm missing out on some of the things I want to accomplish before I get, past my prime and all that stuff. So you can either, look to your partner and make those changes together, or you go on, you go your separate ways to make sure that you finish your life somewhere where you want to kind of be or whatever, right? Yeah. So, like taking this opportunity to kind of fill in some of those voids that were there, and just make sure that the next half is enjoyed and shared properly, right?
Yeah.
Nuts. The first half of my life was amazing. Don't get me wrong, man. I got my beautiful children. I had lots of amazing experiences, but things have changed. We're different now. So I got to make sure that these next 40 years are just as good or better, right? So,
I think better is not just a reasonable expectation. I think it is very likely. So you look back on your last 40 plus years, and you're like, yeah, I've had it pretty good. We've had our valleys, but there's been a lot of really great peaks. We could do better, I think. Because my last 2 years have probably been the best 2 years of they've been the best 2 years of my adult life, hands down. Not even fucking close. Probably the best 2 years of my entire life, really. And that's making a statement because I've had some really fucking amazing times and things happen. And I just like, let's go.
Well, for me, I got like this. What happened to me was I got stuck in a defensive mode. Like, I was working so hard to try to build up a family and a home and everything. I wasn't enjoying my time. I wasn't letting people enjoy me. I wasn't giving myself to my social situations. I was staying in this overdrive mode constantly, just trying to make sure that I impressed people and making sure that I had all my stuff, all my bases covered, and work done and bills paid and all that stuff. I was stressed out all the time, and I let the stress and anxiety come out of me and into my surroundings, affecting my ex-wife, my children, my pets. When I walked into a room, it would be high tension sometimes because I'm just so anxious.
Man, like I say this all the time when I hear you talk, it's like I hear you talking about me oftentimes. That sounds like me too. I was married and had everything that you needed, right? The house, the family, the cars, and all that. But I wasn't actually all that happy. When I look back on it, and be honest with myself, I wasn't miserable. But I wasn't really all that happy.
No.
Now I'm just like, yeah, man, like life is pretty good.
I was looking for happiness that wasn't there. So it was like, I know that now. I should have stopped chasing it, but whatever. It is what it is. I can't. I celebrate my time spent in the past. Everything was good.
Oh yes,
everything was great. Yeah. I had an awesome time. Everything was good. Can't complain.
Now we're going up.
Just the home ownership is what gets me. That's my one thing that I strive. I wanted to be a homeowner in my 20s, and I just missed that. So it was in my 30s that it happened. But whatever. And now I may become a non-homeowner again in my 40s. But hey, it is what it is. You know my story all too well, right? So
that's unfortunately is also my stories. I no longer am a homeowner. I went from having, like I said, the house and all that shit and reasonable money and savings and stuff like that, or fucking rich and nothing like that, to starting over completely at zero. I had a car with about 100,000 kilometers on it and no more payments on it because my settlement from the divorce buyout, it was enough to just pay off everything. When I went to put snow winter tires on the car, I had to put them on my fucking credit card that I just paid off, kind of thing. And so, the thought of trying to save up to buy a house knowing that I had to cash in my RSPs and shit like that for my retirement fund to pay for lawyers for the divorce. Like literally, truly starting at zero. Like I don't need to go into all the fucking negative underhanded shit that went on in the background, but like yeah, it's a daunting thought.
Mhm.
Especially like you look at the housing market in Canada now. I imagine it's not a lot different in your area. It's hopefully this all works out for you guys.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an adventure because I don't know what's gonna happen, man. We'll see. The best thing about me though, man, I always get up. I'll get back up and I'll get right back in the ring. So, I won't enjoy it. I'll have black eyes, but I'll get up. That's the thing. I got grit, man. I'll be there every day.
Too fucking stubborn to stay down. I hear that.
Well, that's it, right? Try me. I'll be there every day. The thing that sucks is I like to solve problems just out the gate, just get it dealt with and over with. These financial problems, you can't do that unless you're a millionaire. You know what I mean? So you got to take your time and do the payments and this and that. You know what I mean? But say I got grit. I'll be there every day. I'll get it taken care of. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, fucking hard work's the only way I know, man. It's
well, I want to get growing again and shit, but I don't want to. I just got to know, like, I can't live like month to month, kind of knowing where I'm gonna be, right? I want to know that where I'm at for years at a time.
I'm totally understandable.
I'm not done moving around, man. I'm like when me and I guess most of you guys know her Barefoot. When we were together, like for 20 years, so we moved probably a good 10, at least 8 times in that time or more. Apartment here, apartment there, house here, house there, to Alberta and back. And so, like, I'm done moving around.
I hear that.
I'm just like, no more, man. Like, fuck off.
I haven't moved. I've moved maybe as many times as you just said, about 10 times in my entire life. And I'm fucking done with it.
Yeah.
Except for I got at least one more when I get the fuck out of this place we're at now, which can't come soon enough. But still, it's probably not going to be anytime soon.
Well, who's to know when my kids get older? And well, my son is always going to need me. I'll have to be there for my son for his whole life. That's just a given. We can take care of that at times. Like I'll be able to travel a little bit in 7 years' time when my daughter's a little older. I got no issue doing that. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm like a family man. I'm not like boyfriend material. I'm husband material. Like I'm like go earn the money and chop the wood guy. Like you make some fucking yummy dinners, and I'll make sure that the dinners are there to make. And then we'll yell at the kids as they run around. Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Love hitting your sister.
Yeah, right. That's kind of what I want to do. So, like, I don't know. We'll figure it. I'm all up in the air. Sorry for taking this as fucking G-based therapy hour.
It is, man. It is what it is. We talk about whatever the fuck we want. That's what we want to talk about right now. So,
wow. And it's all my besties in the chat.
Should do another dab here though. I want to shout out Jay Patrick and Weed Nerd, D-Man. We got him kicking around in there. I've seen the Gen Majors in there. Cheers, 650R Blackwater, Dr. LeBelon, Laid Back Dad, Magpie. Cheers, brother. Double J's in there kicking it. Lobster Cup winner. Dude, I'm excited about September to come hang out with y'all. It's gonna be a hell of a fucking time.
Traditional roles, Jay Patrick. I like the way I look at it is like in today's age, there's you can't really always just say fucking the leave it to beaver kind of fucking setup. That don't really work too much anymore. But hey, if like one's the breadwinner, I don't care if it's me or her. Whoever's making the bank, man, when we're raising the family, you should go to work. And then, it just makes more sense. Literally, it makes more.
It does, absolutely. Man, I absolutely wish we could afford to be a single income family around here. And we probably could if we cut out all the fun stuff that we want to do. And
and live like fucking Depression era.
But I got no interest in that because one thing I know is all these fancy possessions, big houses, cars, sleds, dirt bikes, quads, fucking we can't take that shit to the grave with us, kind of thing, but we can take our memories with us. And that's how when I look back, and if there is a heaven and all that stuff, when I go through those gates, I want to be able to look back and say, yeah, motherfucker, I had a great time.
Yeah, there's a lot of years I I was drinking, so I was always hungover and shit like that, and I didn't necessarily miss a lot of things, but I wasn't there fully. That's for sure. So I could definitely go back. I wish I could go back and fix that, but I can't. But what I have done is thrown myself into my kids' lives now. My daughter, she's probably tired of hanging out with me because when she's around, I'm like, let's go. Can always doing shit or whatever. But my son, he don't want nothing to do with me, not in a bad way. He's just he sees me, he says hi, gives me a hug and a kiss, and I love you, Dad. But then he's right to his Xbox.
That's the way a lot of kids are, though, dude. That's something, I was pretty well the same way, except for instead of a PlayStation or something like that, it was my music collection, my CDs, and my stereo. And I'd go down to my room. I remember getting in shit for my dad yelling and my mom yelling at me a few times, you don't want nothing to do with us, blah, 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 blah. There'd be times where they wouldn't even bother to call me for fucking dinner and shit like that. That one did not very often. And then I would bitch and moan about it. They'd be like, well, fuck, we don't even know you're here. You don't come up when you're called. Blah, blah, blah. And I look back on it now. Your situation is a little bit different. Because I know it's with him, but it's
That's the thing I wonder. I'm should I try more, because it really just aggravates him, and he just every time we do an activity or something, a couple minutes into it, he's asking to be done or whatever, right? So it's just I tried. The kid just loves his games and his laptops or his iPad or whatever it is, right? So it's just
like my stepson when I was married. Try doing anything with him, you go fishing on the boat or whatever like that, and he wants to come with you. He'd be fully, I want to do this, but damn well that about 5 minutes in, when there's not a fish on the line already, it's oh, can we go back? Yeah. No. You're sitting here for at least a hot minute, bud, because we're not going. Cheers, Operation Annihilation, Nut Tree, Fried Piper, Jack Beanstalk,
couple more rolling in. Yeah, Beanstalk, what up?
Oh, yeah, man, we're getting a great crowd in here.
So, even though I'm not going to be growing indoors, and it's only still January, we can start thinking about outdoor.
Yep. Actually, so that's what I want to talk about on this coming Tuesday. Is outdoor season's coming. It's coming a little sooner for some of us than others. And by some of us, I mean our southern friends. Probably noobs already got shit outside going on, I would imagine. But what are we gonna put outdoors? And I don't just mean the cannabis. I mean the veggies and all that other good shit is because it's getting to be time that you can start some of that stuff indoors. A lot of it, it's too soon to start indoors, though, depending on where you live, because you won't be able to put it out for another couple of months. So I thought.
I was just thinking in my head, I was going to I'm doing the math, right? A 6-week veg indoors gets it to half decent size, not going to get trampled over by the rain, and could still be eaten by deers and rabbits and groundhog bastards, but or we'll say 8 weeks. If you veg at 8 weeks, well, that could be a big plan already, but that puts you in the start of April. So somewhere in April, you want the seed doing its thing. I've started as early as almost right now, but that's when I'm planning on getting bark on the stalk.
Well, I had right now, I'm speaking of tomatoes specifically, because that's something I know I can do right here where I live. And I put mine. I put a whole bunch of cool ones from Baker's Creek outside, but they were all too late started. And so I want to make sure I avoid that this year. If anything started too soon, I feel like I might be able to get lucky and put them outside underneath a carport or something like that, possibly in April if I'm real lucky. Or I'll get schooled and find out that no, you can't do that. Or I could probably at least maybe even come up with some sort of poly tarp covering on them to keep them at least covered from frost. Kind of like how Johnny likes to put a plant outside.
Yeah, Buckethead. Yeah. No, I won't be testing any for cold resistance or nothing. I got a couple that I want to try. Some are like, I don't remember if they're accidental pollinations or if I did this purposely. I kind of did. Yeah, I know it would have been semi-purposely because I knew the plant was male and I left it around. So there's your answer right there. Yeah, it was a grape hoolie male. I let it hit it was a Ghost Beach Auto. The Ghost Beach Auto, man, nice and dark, nice and dank smelling. Oh, really, really good. Really, really nice bud on it. And that grape is just awesome too. So we'll see if we can get it of those. Want to grow a couple of those this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and what else? Let's take another gander, folks. Let's go through the bin a little bit. We should make up J5's package because I've been making him wait like fucking way too patiently. So chat, let's see here. What should we give J5? I'm gonna make him up a package. Because I got all the other stuff, but then I got my own little pile here that's like just my little stuff and my little special interests, right?
Yeah. Friggin' Sniff just set my mailbox on fire the other day. He sent some of Adam's stuff and some other stuff that I think it might be from TARDIS.
Nice.
Sounds like some of the stuff that he was talking about a while back when he was kicking around here. So I find that to be real interesting. And but anyways, yeah, we're gonna pop some of Adam's gear here, maybe even tomorrow. The missus has the day off, so we'll have a day to be able to do kind of whatever. Yeah, maybe we'll have. Well, yeah, because tomorrow will have to be a gardening day because I was able to get away without doing anything today. Once again, shout out to the missus for all her hard work and effort. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
Well, what's in here? So. Yeah, I let that grape hoolie male hit a bunch of shit apparently. Pack a punch, remember that from was that hurting?
Yep, I believe it was that Grape Diamonds to Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, something like that. But mine was like super lemony. It was awesome.
So was mine. Or no, actually, I got mine from you, I think.
Yeah, I sent you some bud, I think.
Yeah, because mine ended up I ended up doing something wrong.
Man, I thought I had those in here somewhere. I must have taken them out already. Because I have the fluffy one here. Ooh. This is Ghost Beach times Grape Hoolie Fluffy. I remember because one's chunky, one's fluffy. One was like airy, and then one was dense. And it's the dense one that I want. Oh, here it is, I think. Ghost Beach times Grape Hoolie Chunky.
Nice.
So yeah, I got enough seeds of both to have some fun with those. Yeah, I got a bunch from TARDIS too. We were shooting the shit, and I was just telling him, like, hey, you're in Hawaii or whatever. I like tropical shit. I like that stuff. So he sent me a whole bunch of different things. Well, let's just do this. We'll send J5 5 different packs. because I've been making a weight like a son of a bitch, and he's always hooking people up, and he's, you know,
And J5 is just rad, dude.
Northern Light Time Holy Shot Auto Regs from Day Neutral. Those are the seeds that I got. I think it was 18 ounces off the one plant. It was the Cousin It plant. It was in my backyard. A big, huge auto Giganosaurus. There's one. What was this? Afghani times Golden Goat back cross from the Good Weed Company. These are just testers, but the boys down south are growing some of this stuff. Not the Afghani one, but there's a blueberry cross. They did a bunch of testers labeled as such. But
anything with the Golden Goat in it is worth checking out.
It's an Afghani, and Dumbler, the guy who was doing the selections for them, he knows his pickers. He's the guy who picked that garlic cut. Well, it was the Skunk Master Flex cut, but he found it. Not like the original or anything, but his cut. The wedding cake that I have was from him, the Mendel Breath, all that stuff. So it's a good one. Let's get way down in here with this guy. Oh, there's 2 packs there. This is from Fluff, I guess, or you? Gypsy Juice times Black Forest. You'll enjoy those.
Just get mad.
And then there's some bags of some of your older stuff here. Let's tip into here and get him one of these vials.
Got a bunch more stuff going out tomorrow, too.
Skunk number 1 times Wild Tide. That sounds like J5.
That one was fun. I think Lobster's actually growing that one out, too.
Where is he? In here? No. Well, there he is. What's going on, brother? We're just stacking up your shit.
Oh, I better hit the dab frog for everybody that was.
Oh, no, I'm not getting that. I haven't done those, and I want this. We can do these, though. I haven't spared these. We got these. Was it? I don't want to say Dutch Blooms, but Coca-Cola times root beer freeze.
Yeah, that'd be a Dutch Blooms thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there we go. There's a nice little grip of seeds.
We're not that kind on the newbies, Jim. You don't get the kindly hawk to Cheers, brother. I hope you're doing well.
There's supposed to be some other ones I given away. I had a bunch that I was given to everybody, and I can't find that vial, so I'm not getting any of those. So we got Northern Light Time Holy Shot Autos, Afghani times Golden Goat Back Cross testers. We got Coca-Cola times Root Beer Freeze, Gypsy Juice times Black Forest, and a Skunk 1 times Wild Tie. There we go. And there'll be a grip of slaps in there and fucking, shit like rock home and stuff like that. I always got a couple of treats around. So cheers, J5. Good to see you, brother. Need a baggie or something to put these in.
Cheers, Jason. What else we got it here? Fuck, I feel like I'm missing people now. And this place is filling right up.
Deadly.
Great gang people here. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing myself is the Ghost Beach times Grey Pulley. Completely unknown, but I really enjoyed both. So we Paul and chucked at the finest, and we got a grip of seeds. Now the fluffy one, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's not as easy as growing one, putting pollen on one that was airy and calling all the seeds airy weed. You could still who knows what you're gonna get out of that, right? But being an outdoor grower, mainly indoor weed still spoils me. Like I still get that. Like holy fuck.
Yeah.
Where if you're an indoor grower all the time, you really got to get some high caliber shit to be like, holy fuck, you know. Like for me, I just grow a good indoor plant, and I'm like, God damn, look at this thing. Where so is. Yeah, no worries, J5. I'm making you wait like fucking way too long, and I can't find the shit I told you I was gonna give you anyway. So there you go. Kill him with kindness, man. Shit.
I enjoy when you tell like when people win seeds for us. I enjoy like they usually get told they're winning like a pack or 2 packs of seeds, maybe a few more in there. I like to send them like more than that, like because
yeah, your packs are great.
Like when you pay for a pack of seeds, let's say a dozen seeds or whatever, and you pay $50 or $100 for that pack of seeds, that's hard-earned money. I don't know or hang out with rich people, man. Like our blue collars, it gets around here, dude. So when you get someone that'll like give you a couple extra seeds in a vial or a pack of seeds, it's like, hey, fuck yeah. We all know you get damn well get excited when you see a couple extra seeds. So when you say you just got 2 or 3 packs of seeds, and then you have like fucking 6 or 7 show up in the mail, sometimes more, you're just like, oh fuck yeah. And then you also have the benefit of being able to share with your friends as well. You're just like, you know what? I got more than I'm going to be able to go through. Here you go, dude. Run this. Cheers, Cheddar Bob. Fucking right to a baseball guy.
Just us poor bastards that help everyone out, eh? They don't get rich by giving their shit away, I guess. Wait, look at it. Oh, shit. Yeah. I have enough seeds that I'll never grow them.
That's where I'm at, and I'll continue to acquire more because I'll breed more. I have awesome friends within this community, and as well as outside, I'm sure that will continue to buy me more. Or not buy me more, but give me more. Man, it's great. I just love it. And like I was saying on last Tuesday show, I guess it would have been like to think that there was a point in time where I couldn't believe that somebody from down in America would send a pack of seeds up this way. It was just like, yeah. I'm down with that, Jim. I like the sounds of that, dude. Fuck, man. I do love me some ball. You know the best thing?
The snow scooter again tonight went to Tim Hortons on a snowmobile. If that's not fucking Canadian, I don't know what is.
Canadian as fuck.
Yeah, right? Went out on the snowmobile over to Tim Hortons, eh? Got a double.
Dude, I like seriously, dude. I've lived in this country for 43 years now, and I've never fucking witnessed that. But I do. Right? I wonder if you could get away with that in this town. You probably could. Our Hortons is right on the highway, right, running through. So, but we don't have a police presence so much at night. So yeah,
you could do it. You can go through drive-through like on a nice new snowmobile. They're all 4-stroke and kind of quiet and fucking dashboards and apartments and the whole nine. Mine, you really wouldn't want to do that. It's all clutched out with an exhaust on it. I'm that annoying guy, unfortunately.
It just makes it go faster.
It's I don't know. It's just an old machine and it's 2-stroke and it's loud as hell. Smokes a lot. It was cool back when it was brand new. It was cat's meow. What's that saying? Cat's ass. It was the top of the line back in the day, but that was 22 years ago. So. Now it's just a smoky, loud mess. But still fun. I was telling Caribou before we came on here, like throttle therapy is one of my things, where I truly lose my thoughts. It's hard. Like there's a lot of things I do as hobbies or whatever, and it's like none of them are occupying enough that you have to lose all concentration on anything but what you're doing. When you're holding onto the handlebars of something that's starting to approach, 80, 90 miles an hour, flying across wherever it is, a trail, a field, the lake, you got to start concentrating. You know what I mean? So I'm able to focus strictly on giving her, as opposed to, my life's fucking woes. So, yeah. I don't know what's in chat. What do you guys got that gives you guys the flow state? That do you guys need adrenaline, or do people get it through art? Like I don't know. I don't think I could sit and draw and maybe though.
I couldn't. Art doesn't stimulate my mind enough to fucking
video editing.
If I've got a project, but nowadays I find I don't. I've come short of ideas, and I like source material and stuff like that. So I find even that doesn't do it anymore. Baseball will suck me right in. Whether it be on TV, fucking like the Jays just signing Max Scherzer. Pretty much as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go pick the girlfriend up from work. And then while I'm doing that, I'll probably be listening to YouTube or Sirius Satellite Radio, talking to them about the Blue Jays signing Max Scherzer. I'm going to come home from picking her up, listen to stuff about the Blue Jays signing Max Scherzer, and the old lady won't come anywhere near me. It's going to be...
Yeah. I'm glad you guys got something going on for the favor of your team. That's cool.
It is good though to have something that can focus, right? Like the garden is great, but at the same time, I think it's healthy to have something outside the garden as well.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking at. Like I've let cannabis and basically cannabis, I guess cannabis content, kind of occupy my life for the better part of 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And it's not going anywhere. I don't plan on removing it from my life in any way. But I do need to. My social aspect on life has changed big time. I'm a single man now, so I gotta make myself approachable and not a basement dwelling fucking weed grower that I was just getting good at. But whatever. I'll find. There's gonna be that. There's going to be the girls that don't care about that shit. Or they're involved in it, right? Like, yeah.
All the ones that don't care, they fuck right off.
Well, I don't mean don't care in a bad way. But they're they're not like, me. As opposed to yeah, do your thing, hon.
Like how my old lady just looks at me like I'm fucking stupid and then runs to get the fuck away from me because she's the shit. If I don't get out of here, he's going to talk about baseball cards for another half hour. Fuck, it's like tractor beating and get me the fuck out of here.
Or put you to work in the garden.
Well, the greatest thing though, when I say I spent like a week and a half, 2 weeks off at Christmas playing on eBay, I am dead fucking serious. Ask Fluff. Fluff, how's your mailbox, bud? Because he's my American shipping address and rerouting service, and I haven't placed an order in. No, I've placed one order in the last, I want to say 2 weeks, maybe somewhere in and around there, and I've still got stuff coming in on just about a daily basis. This is fucking awesome. It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
It just keeps happening.
And I'll probably still have stuff trickling in slowly for like another maybe not quite a month. Say a month just to give it a good long while. Because some of that stuff did forewarn me it was possibly end of February before it would get here. But then one day Fluff's gonna drop Christmas on me. And I might have to call in sick from work that day to fucking deal with that one. That'll be sensory overload. like, holy shit.
I wish I was better at technology. I give up.
I love technology. I really do. It frustrates the hell out of me, but man, the stuff you can do. Getting back to like card collecting. When we were kids, the only way you could do like card collecting was like you go to whatever store near you sold hockey, football, baseball, whatever the cards you were collecting were, or maybe you had a flea market or a card shop around. That was kind of about it. Now you go online and it's just like anything. You can find fucking anything out there. So it's holy shit. It's like crack cocaine. I'm not at the point of like sucking dick for eBay yet, but I could see me thinking about it if the old lady told me no.
Easy there, Randy, going down to hawk yourself for cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I just want another Paul Skeens card. I got another.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, here's the thing, G-Bay. So you I know you're not a big sports guy, but you probably hear and kind of vaguely follow without even trying to hear about shit as it gets talked about. The Blue Jays, they've been around since I think it was 1978. It was their first year. And I was thinking about this from the baseball cards collector's perspective. I don't think in that time they've ever had a fully homegrown guy where he's, a prospect coming up through their systems, then played on their team and like they played pretty well the bulk or the entirety of their career with the Jays. And I was thinking about that from a card collector's perspective because like I collect Blue Jays players and cards just because I'm a big fan of the team. And you got a couple of players on their team now, which could be those people if they were to stick around and sign new contracts. But what if they don't? And it's the same kind of thing. And I was like, Whereas you look at the fucking team like the fucking Yankees, where they've got like how many homegrown talents, like, Mickey Mantles and all that kind of shit going back in the day.
It would be quite interesting to be like, you got to be from that state. Or the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess, well, Canada would suck because we just don't got enough population to do anything. But it would be neat to see, like, well, it's like minor hockey, right? You have to live in the district to play for that team, right? So it's kind of neat to see, too, like, where you get major talent influx in one area. What I noticed a lot in Ontario is sometimes you'll get native hockey teams, and they are fucking good and tough because they all grow up together and play together. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like town teams where the one player's from this side of town, this player's from this side of town. They've never met before, right?
Like a way to think about it is what the fuck do you think they do on the res?
Well, they're all cousins and
like
friends and stuff. Like they live together, right? A lot closer together.
I've known some insanely good baseball
players. We would get our asses handed to us so fucking bad, man. We'd all be injured, and it would be like 6 goals up.
Yeah.
We're like, can we just fucking call this game like before someone gets fucking hurt?
I'm thinking of a guy named Marty I used to work with. He's him and his brother Kirkland are basically the guys that taught me how to fight forest fires. And I remember we were up in northern Alberta on the Birch Complex fire. I'm the kind of guy that used to always pack my football around with me everywhere I go. So hey, we can always toss a football around, something to do around camp kind of thing, right? And I remember Marty is fucking throwing strikes with a football, probably 50 yards. I shit you not, man. To the point of like your hands are getting sore catching this thing. Okay. And I'm just like, and man, they're like, I'm just like, wow, man. I would hate to see him with the baseball.
Yeah,
like, that would be freaking scary. But when you got these kids like sports like that, like soccer, I've known a lot of really good native soccer players too, because a soccer ball is cheap and you can play soccer with the community. Baseball, you get a glove and all sort, that's kind of the main thing. Freaking go, it's whereas baseball is always good. Fuck it.
Yeah, what's the other? There was the one team I remember from the Jays would have been the mid '90s one, the World Series team, like Joe Carter and Kelly Gruber and John Allrood and Roberto Alomar, Devon White.
Yeah, those are. It's funny because it was like right after those guys that I pretty well stopped watching baseball up until about 10 years ago, and then it's become this all-consuming thing. It's like the one thing that can. There's like cannabis and gardening here, and then there's like baseball over here, and music slightly behind those things. I think music makes gardening amazing.
Fuck yeah, that dab's working. Those diamonds were they're good.
It's good, man.
Oh, I just found a sliver.
Ooh. I hate
Good
that.
thing about being a metal worker, eh? You just.
Oh, I was a dude. I didn't even think about it. I was just gonna say it's even worse when they're metal slivers.
Oh yeah. I was like, what's that? And I went like this, and I like, the sliver's never like really straight up. It's either pointing one way or the other, and like you catch it. Yeah, I just caught it on my fingernail and like fucking yanked. Ow.
Big word. I'm with you. I'm with you, brother. I'm a huge Griffey fan. Griffey might be my favorite player of all time.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah. And I see Agnes in the chat. I want to say cheers, brother. I got some of your blueberry muffin, I believe. Snip gave me this, passed it along. I'm not sure if you gave him seeds or clones or whatever he grew it, or if you grew it and gave it to him, then he gave some to me. How that works. But yeah, I got some, and the old lady and I were going to try this out for the first time when she gets home in about half an hour. Finding keepers is Casey Royals fan. Your team's going to be interesting this year, dude. You're going to have an interesting team to watch this year. I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel for the Blue Jays now. They've made a couple of good signings in the last week, and which makes me happy. It was pretty grim before that, but I still think that you guys might have us out. Bobby Witt is just so much fun to watch, dude. We got a couple of his rookie cards too.
Okay, we ain't selling out to no states, I don't believe. Kind of a cool thought, but I don't know if it'll happen. We kind of need to see, like, I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to politics because, first off, I don't fully understand it. So I just kind of end up chasing things around and getting kind of even more confused. But it's like, I'll tell you one thing: if it would switch this fucking economy back around, I'd kind of be for it, man. Because like, no Debbie Downer thing here, but fucking life's getting tough, man. Like Jesus Christ. I know it's like not supposed to be just a smooth ride. You got to work for some shit, but I'm working for the shit. It's fucking expensive. Like, well, that's not crazy.
I asked to work on the road as much as possible this year because I know that I make a little bit more money on the road than I do if I'm working at home. So that's sacrificing my everything I've got around me. It makes it a little easier because I don't get the daughter on the weekend or I only get the daughter on the weekend, so I don't miss her during the week. But I don't get to see my old lady during the week. She doesn't get to see me, which is the even bigger thing, right? Yeah, okay. I can kind of put the shit off mentally when I'm on the road. It's kind of it's what we do. You get used to it, right? It is what it is. But it's hard as shit on her. She doesn't.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that, right?
And it is what it is. Just we get a little bit farther ahead. This trip to Toronto that we're real looking forward to in September. That's not cheap. Although there's options to help make it cheaper. Shout out to Magpie on that one. Looking he might help us out there a bit. and then everything else that goes along, because there's also concert season's coming. We've got tickets for a few already. There's a few others that I would like to make happen that may or may not. Here's an interesting one. So back in early December, I took my daughter to a local level show at a Canadian Legion. Basically a local bar for veterans sort of thing is the kind of the easiest way to put it, I guess. And for Americans that might not understand what it is. And they did an all ages show there, which is why we went. But at 10 o'clock, my daughter was asked to leave because she's underage, and it's because of liquor licensing issues, right? And so that sucked. She was asked to leave. And then the closing band, she didn't get to see them. Apparently, they sent a merch package for her, which will be here at some point in time. And the kind of manager of the band that we went to see, they reached out and mentioned something about maybe coming here to do a show for Abigail's birthday in March, right? I was like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool, stuff like that. Didn't think much about it. But 3 days ago, she reached out and was like, so the guys are wondering about coming and doing a show in 100 Mile in March. So now I'm like, fuck, I don't think I can make that happen, but I gotta fucking try. Like, how cool would that be for a freaking birthday party, man? 2 days before my kid's birthday, we're in a local level concert. Fucking right. Hell yeah. So now I got to try and figure out how to, I got to find someone with a PA system I can rent, a sound person to run all that. I've got a venue figured out, and they're available on the day we want, but I can say, it's just like, wow.
Fucking Chad. It's 45 people. Good to see all y'all here. Love it. My crew, man, my people, my moral support. Honestly, love each and every one of you guys, man.
Agree.
I got life's ups and downs. You go peaks and valleys and highs, lows, all that shit. I'm in the low right now. I'm not dwelling here. I'm just gonna hit the bottom and bounce right back up. But it's good to have all you guys around, man.
Dude, just like when you're jump into a fucking pool and you go to the bottom, you hit the bottom and you kick off and you walk it. Man,
it's not that I want to be here or anything. It's just the way it's going, and I have to be down here to look around and see everything clearly. And just because of the way the way the legal things have to go, I can't just wake up tomorrow and we don't be over it, right?
Yep.
So I'm not letting it define me, that's for sure. So I'm just reaching out to each and every one of you in chat there and letting you know how special it is to me that you guys show up every time we do a show. Yeah. So keep on coming.
Let's do a dab. This one's for you. Everyone in the live chat for being a kick-ass bunch of people down there.
That's it. Let's do it. No, yeah. Worded so nicely, 2 cents. Suck it up and carry on. One of our fine new senior citizens living over in Discord.
That's very cool right there, Gene. Jack Beanstalk.
Now this stuff here, I'm gonna smoke a little vape of. A lot of this weed's old from the summer. Robert Creek Congo times space cheese. It's got such a woo to it. Different. Very different. Titty fat. What did I miss? You look up in chat every once in a while and something changes in your eyes, man.
A little curious myself.
I'm not sure what that's all about, but
oh yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Robert Creek Congo. Yeah, that was a magpie thing too, and I believe I guess that is Boneyard.
Cheers, Todd Wilson.
But yeah, she's got a funk on her.
Hooli, great to see you, dude.
Julie's up in the office. Grumpy old fuck. Yep, I'm getting good at it. I was saying something to my mom the other day because I was bitching about something, and it was like we were making fun of me because I was like, "Just get off my lawn."
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but kids out there making too much noise or something. Just kidding. I'm the kid on that. Oh, that stinks. I'm the kid on this block like that. That's the funny part. Cheers.
Just froze up for a second there. Let's hit that one more time. All right. With that one, I'm looking at the time. And we are pretty well there. I've got to go and pick up the missus so that she doesn't have to walk her ass home. But I've been sitting her ass home all day, and I haven't even done fuck all towards supper tonight. So we should probably stop at the store and grab something for me to cook for later too. So it's probably a good idea. I shouldn't make her do that either. But that live chat, man, you know we all love you so much. Thank you for being here.
What do the kids do? How do you do their heart? Mine was on the foreigner. Gang sign.
Man, it's funny. It was the last show I went to, that Oakland Sky, the two lead singers there. That's what they were doing, getting everybody to throw their hearts up instead of their devil horns. It was a bit odd, but I get down with it. They preach a very positive message, which is like we need more positivity out there. So fuck yeah. I'm gonna stop babbling and let's just get the fuck out of here.